set this up. Cool. No, that ain't gonna work. We'll just walk and talk. Hey, what's going on, guys? About 30 seconds in. Want to go live and do my, traditional monthly personal update. I got about 5 or 10 minutes left here at work before I clock out for the day. So I just want to chatter with you guys. Hope you guys are doing well and having a wonderful summer so far. I can't remember the last time I made one of these. It was sometime last month, I'm sure, or late May. Jumping on here, first off, I always start all this off by telling you guys how much I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support and just the steady viewership, if you will, and appreciate people who continue to tune in. And well, it's been a pretty slow stretch, probably one of the slower stretches of my channel. And honestly, the channel's been pretty slow for about 4 months now. Had a dramatic cutoff after winter and, severe weather season certainly I don't know, I think something changed, and whatever it was, I reached out to other people who do what I do, talk, weather on YouTube, and they said it impacted their channel too. I think just severe weather is becoming something that people much rather watch people go live with. They're not as interested in watching stuff leading up to these events. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm not trying to ignore everybody saying, hey, it's hard for me to talk and read the comments at the same time. So I appreciate anybody tuning in live. But anyways, moving past all that, we're in the middle of summer. The slow uphill climb to hurricane season is right at our doorstep. So, it's just been slow, and had steady growth. It feels like I was at 102,000 subscribers on my YouTube forever and finally got over 103. So, hurricane season's coming up, and I will tell you guys, that's probably going to be the dominant topic over probably for the foreseeable future. As there's nothing extreme to talk about out there right now, but there is just a steady growing signal that, some tropical waves could get going. So that's probably going to be the main topic, outside, just the traditional daily forecast, which I really don't want to ever get rid of. It does make the videos drag on in the mornings, but of course in the evenings when there really is stuff to, a significant weather event to break down, then that's where I can just allocate all the time to that one specific significant weather event. But just going ahead, we're not talking about the heat no more. Trust me, I don't like talking about the heat. I don't want to talk about it, guys. It's boring. I'm over talking about severe weather also, but I'm trying to stay true to what I do. And even when I don't want to talk about severe weather chances, I don't want to leave anybody out. I got loyal people throughout the middle of the country, the eastern U.S. that tune in, rely on my daily forecasts, and I don't want to leave people hanging. So even though I'm kind of over talking about just thunderstorms and heat, I just want to continue to stay consistent. That's one thing on my channel that's always been huge, is consistency, and I take pride in that. So, but guys, I've made a lot of changes with the channel this summer. One thing that I've had to get out of my comfort zone with is I've had to invest back into my channel, and it's something that I have not wanted to do. And I'll be honest, I just didn't want to put money into it. And that's why for a few years there straight, it was the same thing in my bedroom. There really wasn't any upgrades as far as my backdrop. One thing that you can't see in the video, you might notice that the videos now show up in 1440 instead of just 1080. So you might notice that they're a little bit more crisp now. So I bought a new computer. That was a huge investment. It was awesome. And it is going to pay dividends on down the road when I begin to incorporate going live, which is something I want to do. That's kind of the next and maybe really the final huge step with the channel to taking it to another level is going live. And I got the stuff to do it now. It's just finding time to do it. And I'm not talking about storm chasing live. I'm talking about just breaking down storm systems or just having a live discussion the night or two before a big storm system. That's something that I would love to do, especially in the winter. But talking 90 miles per hour. But anyways, so, got out of my comfort zone, made some investments, bought a new computer, obviously transitioned everything into another room in my house. Things look a little bit better. Still working through some kinks with some things. The lighting's gotten better. And just have put some money back into my stuff, and it was hard to do that, but I feel like it was needed. But guys, one of the biggest things, and it's ate me up. I always keep things personal with you guys. One of the biggest things that has really pestered me a lot, and I'm gonna be honest with you, is my videos have not, I feel like my videos have not hit the algorithm the way that they should. And some people say, you know, Mitch, man, you've came so long, you know, you came such a far way, you got 100,000 subscribers. I mean, look what you built, and trust me, I think that's phenomenal. It's awesome. But I really think that my videos are underachieving compared to the subscriber count I got. So of course, with what I do, you know, of course I want the growth through the channel. And I think a few things have been holding my channel back, and that's one, the thumbnails. So I've been experimenting with things. I'm sure some of my people that's been tuning in for a while have noticed some changes in the thumbnails. Been experimenting with the titles. Of course, I don't want to lose who I am in this, and I don't plan to. But just been experimenting with a couple things. I've changed up some taggings on my video, like hashtags, things like that. And, but the big thing has been the titles and the thumbnails. And of course, I don't, you know, the big thing with me, man, is I really don't want to just turn into everybody else. But at the same time, you know, there's other people that do what I do. They got way less subscribers than I do, and their videos do better than mine. And it's all about YouTube pushing it into the algorithm. And if you really go back, and it's hard for me to explain this to you guys unless you're a YouTuber, but if you go back over the winter, I think it's a great example of it. When we were breaking down the historic winter storm, I just knew that one of my videos would get 100,000 views. And in my opinion, it should have, but it didn't. Something held my channel back. And even though, you know, we were getting a ton of views on the channel, bringing in a lot more subscribers, a lot of growth, there was still that one big video that just never ever popped off. And you know, during the time, I really wasn't thinking much on it because I was living in the moment. I was excited about tracking winter storms in the South, and I was feeling alive. It was awesome. But when things kind of began to settle down, we got into spring and in summer, I started thinking back on that, and I'm like, wow, you know, I really did not, my stuff really didn't get pushed out there much. But, you know, I don't know what it is. And the only thing I can think it is just YouTube is not pushing me out on the algorithm. And I'm not going to say that YouTube's got something on me or anything like that. It's not like that. At the end of the day, I have to cross all my T's and figure it out. And that's me experimenting with different things and trying out new things. So I don't want to, you know, get into the fear mongering. Of course we don't do that, but of course we want to put, you know, something that's going to catch people's eye. And I think another thing that kind of holds my channel back, in a sense, is my intros are too long. And I know that I've had a lot of people say that in the past. But you know, the intro for me is a flow starter to my videos, but there's no reason they should be 2 minutes long. And I know that. So I'm trying to shorten them down to 30 seconds and you know, just get to the point. And I have a problem with sort of just repeating myself in many different ways. And, you know, I take accountability of that, but at the same time, that really and truly doesn't have anything to do with people clicking my videos, because you got to click the video, right, to even see that. So that being said, and to wrap this up, that's a huge goal of mine, is to get a video that gets 100,000 views. And you know, a lot of people might say, man, it's not a big deal, you know, this, that, and the other. Well, it's a personal goal of mine because I've worked my butt off. I spent a lot of time getting detailed in my videos, and I feel like they just don't get out there like they should. So there's things that I got to continue to improve on, and I've made strides this summer. And I appreciate that, Abby. I appreciate the people who just watch my videos all the way through. And, you know, I'm never going to take away that personal feel. I never want to turn into a robot. You guys know that. I'm never going to just turn into just like a corporate person with this. You know, if you want that, you watch the Weather Channel, you know, and that's not against the Weather Channel, but that's just what they're in the business. That's their business of doing. So I'm never going to lose touch of that. And y'all hold me accountable if you think I am. And I'll agree or I'll disagree. But I hold true to my core values, and I take pride in that. So we're going to continue to experiment things. without leading people astray, right? And going to continue to try to just grow. Yeah, I appreciate that, Pam. There's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, honestly, I mean, you can share the videos to your friends and family, but you know, it would make a difference. But at the same time, there's something holding the channel back. You know, there's people that got, and it's congrats to them because they figured it out. One of them's my buddy Gerald, good friend of mine. He's figured it out. And if you go actually look on GM Weather, my buddy Gerald, look at his videos and see how some of them have popped off. So, and I got a channel with 103,000 subscribers. So something is holding my channel back from getting to the algorithm. And I'm going to continue to try to figure this one out. But it is insane to have a YouTube channel with 2,700 videos, 103,000 subscribers. And if you go on my channel and you click on the most popular viewed video, the highest viewed video I got is, I believe, 97,000 views. And you might think, man, that's a lot, Mitch. What you complaining about? Well, if you compare that to my subscriber account, I don't know. I would love to somebody do research on this. I don't know of one channel that makes videos like I do consistently that has the same subscriber count than I do, that has even a quarter of the videos I do, that doesn't have one video over at least 100,000 views. So you might think, well, why are you letting it bother you so much? Well, you know, it's my desire to grow this channel, reach more people, spread the gospel. You know, we have our Bible devotions, things like that. And it's just my desire to be better. That's my nature, is I'm always trying to do better with anything in life, not just YouTube. So just wanting to vent to you guys, not in a bad way, but just explain to you, if you're seeing any changes, things like that, that is why. So appreciate y'all listening. Thank y'all so much. Evan, man, you kill it with the thumbnails, man. You seem to have it together. So I don't know what it is. And I think that, you know, the YouTube algorithm is things that it's something that is still trying to be figured out by many people. But you know, I'll admit I'm not an expert with it. I'm not even close, or my videos will be getting a lot more out there than they do. And at the same time, right now is not the best time to really know, because it's slow. But making the changes that I've made and I continue to make, if we get deep into hurricane season, we're tracking a hurricane, we're tracking a winter storm, and it still just looks the same, I don't know what to say after that. But regardless, we're going to keep on rolling, keep it steady. Appreciate the support. Love you guys. Thank you for people who continue to tune in and make this channel what it is. And, you know, you guys mean the world. You're my second family. You really are. So